Hey, what's up, guys? This is Drew with my Week 4 Sports Business Thoughts video. Before I start, I just want to say, huge ASU fan, so no matter what my thoughts are in this video, I'm always the devil. Fork 'em. But this week I wanted to talk about the U of A ASU basketball game and kind of the ticketing debacle that ended up happening, or at least that I was a part of, and I know a lot of other people were affected by it too. So what I found out is that before the U of A game, there was 3,000 student tickets reserved, or 3,000 students that would be allowed into the game. That means about 10,000 other tickets allowed aside from students, and that kind of was weird to me because with 50,000 undergrads and plus all your graduates that want to be going to a game, especially a game of that magnitude, number 25 in the nation versus number 17 in the nation at the time, on ESPN, Territorial Cup rivalry. I was kind of shocked that ASU only reserved 6% of the entire student body. 3,000 out of 50,000 undergrads, that's only undergrads. So there was only 6% of the entire student body allowed into this game, pretty much. People didn't get to the game soon enough because they had class or whatnot. They were not allowed in. People that didn't get to the game quick enough to sit in the actual student section were being kicked out of seats and had to stand on the concourse with terrible view, or even kicked out of the stadium as a whole. And I just don't think with a game of that magnitude, when you're trying to increase affinity as a university, with you have such a program that's growing and a coach that's growing the affinity within the program, I feel like you should be able to reserve a higher amount of seats for your students because that's your biggest fan base, especially with Arizona State having such a big undergrad community. So I just think from a ticketing standpoint, ASU could have done a lot better job, especially for this particular game, at reserving more seats for just students. I know I was affected by it. I was kicked out of the seat I got into because I didn't get to the game late. I had class. So I just think next year in big games going forward, ASU needs to update what they did from a ticketing standpoint. Aside from that, I also wanted to talk about one quick commercial I saw in the Olympics. It was an Intel commercial displaying a new virtual reality thing they're working on, and it was a family of four just watching the Olympics from a virtual reality standpoint, but it was really good connection. They showed them just sitting there on the half pipe during one of the half pipe competitions. What I thought was really good marketing technique, kind of showing how it feels to get that virtual reality experience and how Intel's working towards partnerships with the Olympics and further in sports to make virtual reality a big thing in sports. And I think that's a really big part of the future in sports, and I'm excited to see what companies like Intel can do in the future with virtual reality technology. Thanks, guys. And sorry I went a little over time, but that's my sports business thoughts for this week.